Hey guys, Total Legion here, welcome back to another video. Today we're playing some more Napoleon online battles, and it's going to be a classic one between France and Britain. And our opponents today are Krytenn, who is on their right flank. We also have Cobax, who's in their middle flank, and then Rheagar, who's on their left. Arno has also come along to spectate with his camel gunners. Right, so let's go ahead and go over the armies. Starting off with myself here, I have 2 of these British rifles, 3 Highland foot, 2 KGL foot, 1 KGL Dragoon, some light Dragoons, and some KGL light Dragoons. I've also brought along 1 5-inch howitzer, and that's 2 actually. I've got 2 5-inch howitzers, and I've also got a general staff unit. And that is that for my army. Very simple. I don't think these are mine. I'm pretty sure these are Ben Chosen's. So we'll go over Ben Chosen's army now. He's brought along some British rifles, some light foot, some British foot, some Dragoon guards, some KGL foot. He's got 1 of those, I think. Yeah, 1 KGL. He's got 2 Highland foot here. He's got some fencibles. He's got a 6-pounder horse artillery, some more light foot, KGL Dragoons, some rifles. And I think that's that for him, and obviously he has a rocket troop and a general staff. Now on to Kaide's army, who is on the far right here. He's brought along a unit of the 88th Rangers, which are a really nice unit. He's also brought some of the 42nd Foot, also known as the Black Watch, some KGL Lightfoot, some normal British Lightfoot, and some foot guards. He's also brought along some rifles and some Coldstream guards, which are really cool. He's also got the 15th Hussars and some lifeguards and a general staff unit, along with, I believe, a rocket troop unit somewhere, but I can't find it right now, so it's probably hidden amongst all these men. He's also brought along a 5-inch howitzer. There's the rocket troop, boom. So let's go take a look at Rheagar's army. Rheagar, of course, playing as France. He's brought along some of the 16th Regiment Infantry. I don't know how to pronounce that in French, so if anyone is French, you can go ahead and pronounce that for me. He's brought along the Grand Battery, which of course is a beast of an artillery piece. Look at that. Manned by the National Guard. Nah, it's probably not the National Guard, but they wear the same hats. So he's also got some Swiss Feet. He's got 2 of those, the General Staff Unit, 2 National Guards. Speaking of National Guard, here they are. He's got 2 of these National Guards. Sorry, 1 and 1 militia, but they're pretty much the same thing. And he's also got some chasseurs, a cheval, and some chasseur lancers. He's just got a bunch of hidden infantry in this forest somewhere, so we'll get to that when it appears. And then let's look at Cobax now, who is Rheagar's ally. He has brought along some rocket troops, some Fusiliers of line, a bunch of these. He always brings this along. You'll see in the video coming up very soon. He has the exact same setup. He always brings these Fusiliers of line, which isn't bad because, you know, you can buy a lot of them and they're pretty effective. So it's well played in his part. He's also got some hidden light infantry, I'm pretty sure, somewhere. He's brought along a 12-pounder horse artillery, some chasseurs, and I think that's that for him. Yep, and his rocket troop, which we already went over. So let's look at Krytenn now, which is the final army. He's brought along a 6-inch howitzer, some Polish Legion, some Old Guard, which is always nice to see when people play as France. I really do like the Old Guard. Some Polish Legion, he's got 2 of those. And some Voltigeurs, some Polish Guard Lancers, and Artillerie à Cheval, which is a really cool piece of artillery. He also accidentally brought 2 of the horse artillery. He brought a 6-pounder as well, so he is not going to use that for this battle because it was only 2 artillery max. And of course there's Arno with the camel gunners. He's just spectating. So let's go ahead and click play and get into this battle. So also guys, today we hit 250 subscribers, so that is really cool. I think we're on 251 right now. So thanks, you know, a bunch of that, guys. It really is amazing. So here comes the first volley of rockets being exchanged over there. Look at these flying so fast. And they're coming in at a interesting hit there. What the? Hang on a minute. Nah. What is that? How did that body get there? What the hell? How did that body get there? Okay, so it's a pretty weird start so far. There is the hidden light infantry which I was on about. Let's see what he has. He's got some Voltigeurs. and also Rhaegar's hidden inventory now being shown. He also got some Volgears. He's pushing on Kaide's right flank here with his chasseurs, and basically he's going to form up here. He has a lot of forest to get through though, so Kaide doesn't really have to worry about him for quite some time. My tactic here with Ben was just to push up to these middle sections, get our artillery put up, and then we could start firing down on them. And Ben managed to do that. Ben is quite a new player, as is Cobax, so you know, it's kind of fair that they went off against each other in the middle. And you know, the more experienced players would give them assistance either side. So another volley coming down onto the 12-pounders. Doesn't quite hit them though. And it does look like Cobax is going to unlimber here, which is actually quite a nice position considering that Ben's already taken this hill. And Krytenn now bringing up the old guard to try and claim this hill here. I was a bit wary, so I didn't push up my light dragoons quite yet. However, I did push up my Highland foot on this left. I really don't want to try and secure this forest, because that way I can push round onto the left. So here comes the old guard marching up. Look at them. Really, really nice unit. So here are my cavalry just waiting down here. And you'll see now I'm gonna place my Highland foot in a diagonal kind of position so I can get shots off on all of these units that he's pushing up. He's also brought along his howitzers, I'm pretty sure, and also his artillery à cheval. So I have got to be careful here. But eventually he will have to fall back because Ben has managed to claim the top of this hill here. A lot of the action goes on in this section for the most part of this battle because Rhaegar's very wary and he also has to get his artillery in place, which does take some time because there's a lot of forest over there. So we will be focusing on this throughout the whole game probably. Look at the French marching forward. Here comes the Volgears. And the first shots of the game come from my rifles, which are shooting straight into the ground because there's a lip just on this hill, if you can see it just here. So they're not going to get any of the shots over there, unfortunately. Oh, look what's happening here. Cobax is sending up some fusiliers of line, but he's going to withdraw them. Because Ben Chosen does move his light foot. What else he's got? He's got his Highland foot into position. That would have been absolute. That would have been a slaughter just there if he went through there. Especially with this cannon being here. Very good cannon position for Ben because he can put these into canister. This is really the only way they can get up without having to go into, you know, my lines that I've put here and also Ben's line that he's put there. Another rocket volley coming over from Kaide. Oh, look at that hit. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Now the range of the Grand Battery is quite large, so he can place them at this kind of position. But he isn't going to get too many hits off. But it does look like he's aiming for Kaide's artillery, and he does get quite a few actually now. See, is he taking out his rocket troops? Was this where his rocket troops were? Oh no, there they are. Cobax has slightly shifted over to the left a bit more to try and reform the line with Rhaegar. However, that has made him kind of go into battle with Kaide along with Ben Chosen. And I've now got my howitzers in position, so I'm going to start raining down. Look at that. Jesus! That was a crazy hit, just getting bombarded by my artillery pieces. I didn't realise we did that much damage. Look at that. Took them down by about 40 or so. And that is going to force Krytenn to pull back his men and his cannons as well. And here comes another rocket volley coming down. If you can't tell, I've only just figured out how to use that zoom in feature, so you will be seeing a lot of that, unfortunately, in this video. And now the old guard got themselves in a bit of a sticky situation because I've now pushed up some of these KGL to try and combat the old guard on the right flanker, and they're just getting completely mowed down. Look at that. Took out quite a few of that, and they're going to be forced to move back. Oh wait, no, they're coming back for a fight. Look at these British infantry. They look so cool, the red coats. Look at that, the old guard, and then some more French, the Voltigeurs coming over to try and assist. But we should have this pretty much covered. Ben Chosen, I think, has also got some light infantry back here, which is assisting me, so that's pretty decent. And some rockets coming in from Ben Chosen. Look at that, the Voltigeurs. Oh my days, this is brutal. I feel really bad now for Krytenn, because, you know, I'm not one to boast, but I'd probably say I am better than Krytenn, so I do feel bad whenever I kind of, you know, dominate like this with my artillery. I'm really not the biggest fan of artillery, especially howitzers, because they do really mess up your line. So I did feel bad doing this. But to be fair, the old guard are doing particularly well, doing a lot better than my KGL are. Look at that guy. That's a bit dramatic. Let's go check what's happening in the middle here as our fight on the left continues. Look at this. Voltigeurs going up against the British Lightfoot. Crazy artillery pieces coming down. Look at that, what a hit. Howitzers playing a huge part in this battle so far. And Rheagar still yet to seek any sort of action. Pushing his French lines across to our right flank, and Kaide is going to start forming up to try and counter this. Me and Ben do need to hurry up if we are going to assist Kaide against Rheagar, who is probably the best player on their team. And we have Arno over there with his camel gunners. So I'll set up some stakes in this forest section here, just have some sort of fallback position, and I think we're now going to be able to finally push up onto this hill. So I have managed to force Krytenn back down, but the battle isn't quite over yet. There's his artillery piece. More rockets coming down, but not dealing too much damage. Look at the old guard, reduced to 51 now. And they are going to be moving back, just slightly missing from that howitzer shell. Look at that. See, the thing is with the old guard, you don't really want to use them early game. They're kind of a late game unit that you use if you have to use it. Because you don't want to waste them like that. They are quite an expensive unit. Same with any of the elite units that Britain and any sort of faction can house. Any sort of unit like that, you really don't want to waste them early on. Comes another shot from the cannons.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
And it looks like the old guard are actually being shot from the forest by some British rifles. You've got some British rifles over there in the forest. Look at them. It's getting absolutely mowed down. So I was actually thinking of doing some sort of like short cinematic film of like Waterloo, but recreated in Napoleon Total War. I'm pretty sure it's been done before, but I just kind of want to do it. I feel like it'd be something fun to do for the channel. So just tell me what you think. And I'll see if I can get around to doing it, because I reckon it'll be pretty cool to do. And then I might do some more battles if it turns out good. So let's see what's Krytenn doing now. He's moving up some of his artillery, not his artillery, sorry, his cavalry. I think these are his lancers, yeah. They are the Polish Guard lancers. Look at these, and at the back of them, moving up, they also have some Polish legions. This is the Polish right flank. And there they go, the artillery being pushed back down the hill. Oh, look at this, a huge charge down the middle. What a volley at the last minute from the 12-pounders. Very, very good volley there. Managing to take out a considerable amount of horses. But it's not going to be enough. And it does look... Oh, wait, maybe it is. Nope, it isn't. Ben Chosen's going to get this one, I think. Let's look over here. I also sent around some of my cav to try and get rid of Cobax's rockets, but they do get routed. I was quite sneaky about that. I'm not sure how I got through. Maybe I went through this gap right here. Oh, yeah, right here. Rheagar's still moving around, not managing to set up at all. He just unlimbered these, well, the Grand Battery, but again, there's not many units for him to hit there. There's this huge wall in the way, pretty much shielding the most part of Kaide's units. And then there's some of my Dragoon Guards, I think. Oh no, they're not mine, they're Ben's. He charged them up. And I've pushed up some British rifles to try and shoot the retreating French. And then there was a cav charge from those lancers, but I did manage to go into square just in time, and they're gonna rout. And now Krytenn's setting up over on the right. See if he can get a couple volleys with his cannons down into my forest flank, as I'm going to call them now. That was my dog in the background if you heard him. So got a unit of KGO. This is Ben Chosen's KGO. He's got them lined up in the middle. And they're going to try and take this house that is currently under control by some Voltigeurs. And under fire by rockets, it appears. Very inaccurate muskets. And then an uphill. I hear a charge. Where is it? Is it? Oh, there they are. Yeah, an uphill charge from the howitzers. And they're just going to get mowed down. Every single one of them. And Krytenn's also going to retreat more of his men into that house. This is kind of a last-ditch attempt of survival. And Cobax has held off quite well against Ben and Kaide. So I will give him that. Voltigeurs on the right, just picking off the Highland foot.
Be a nice officer and die quietly, sir.
So it does look like the officer. Was it the officer who maybe died? No, I think he's it was just from what one of them said. Maybe the officer got shot and he was making noise. The proud flag bearer. Look at him. He looks an awful lot like the person behind him, with a bit of a different hair colour. Got another rocket volley coming down. Look at that. Rockets don't do too much damage though to the buildings and stuff, so they're not that big of a threat. It's only really cavalry that they do damage to. It's got some Highland foot now trying to break the Polish Legion. They shouldn't have too much of an issue actually doing so, as the Highland foot are relatively good in melee, especially against Polish Legion. They shouldn't have any sort of issues here. What's that guy doing? It's like, hey, can you let me in? And there they go. Every last one of them slaughtered. No survivors. Oh, look at this cav charge coming in from my KGL Light Dragoons. Look at that. Really, really nice. And they're gonna chase down this unit of Polish Legion, who he should have really put into square there. But I'm just gonna run straight through. I have my eyes set on something else. And there's some artillery pieces back there I'd like to get. But unfortunately they get dragged back in. Sometimes what I like to do is just run straight through and glitch through, but it didn't work in this case. But I should be able to clear these up and then go for the artillery with no issues. So now we have completely eliminated the whole of the French right flank. It's just down to these Voltigeurs in this forest and those units in those houses there. Rhaegar's still pushing up. Really not been able to utilise the full force of the Grand Battery so far, which is a bit of a disappointment for him. Because that is a huge game changer, especially with France. And now Kaide is just lining up, preparing for the assault of the French. Huge long line just leading down. And they're just being very patient. But if they're not careful here, then once me and Ben are chosen, it's going to be 3-on-1, which is something that Rhaegar really doesn't want to happen, because then there will be no chance of him to win. Oh wow, look at that, they actually managed to rout it. Wow, that is surprising. I wouldn't have thought they'd be able to rout those light dragoons, but I guess they might have had some assistance with these chasseurs. And now the Highland Foot, the guys that successfully took out the Polish Legion from that house, are now about to try and take on some more Polish Legion in some open field combat. Great shots there on that first volley. Also got some rifles shooting on them as well. And there they go, they're gonna rout, and here comes the charge of the chasseurs. Look at that charge into my rifles. Huge mistake from me not having those protected. Should have seen that coming. Ben Chosen's got this unit of foot, but he hasn't actually moved this whole game. I remember in the teams, this was about a month or so ago when we actually played this battle. I remember the team speak, Kaide was like, move your foot, and I kept on reminding, I was like, Ben, you need to move this unit. Yeah, and then he'd move it like about an inch, and then he would forget about it again. It was pretty funny, but luckily we didn't have to use them in the end. We didn't have to use that unit in the end. So that's quite lucky on our part. Now Kaide focusing fire on to the Grand Battery with his rockets, getting quite a few good shots off, taking out 2 of the Grand Battery operators. But look at the range of the Grand Battery. Absolutely amazing. As I now start to engulf this building to try and assist Ben Chosen with that. And now I'm going to start to reform my lines to try and swoop round the back of Cobax's last couple of lines. The Brits have done very well today, holding off against the French in the middle. Some of these guys are going to go return and try and assist Kaide. Got some Highland Foot now. Pushing up with the rest. I do really like the Highland Foot. Whenever I play as Britain, I never really play with anything but the Highland Foot as my main core, which, you know, it just kind of works my playstyle. I normally bring 2 KGL and then 3 Highland Foot. It just really works well for me. Nice couple of volleys coming off from the KGL. And of course, if you've been subscribed for a while, you'll know that the KGL is actually the reason why I have my name, Total Legion. The Legion part is taken from this unit here. King German Legion, look at these. Also like the Highland Foot because, oh sorry, not the Highland Foot, I think it's the 42nd Black Watch. I think they are the ones that have the Welsh voices in them. Maybe it's the Highland Foot as well, I don't know. But these units, it's either the Highland Foot or the 42nd that have the Welsh speaking units in there. Well, they have the accent, you know, the Welsh accent, not the actual language. Look at these men charging forth.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of running, not surprised about that. Look at these, the Chasseurs à Cheval lining up for one final charge against my British infantry. Again, still not much happening on this flank with Rhaegar. He's yet to push up, which does mean he's got quite a few units he's got to get through if he does want to win this one. And of course, we still have Arno over there with his camel gunners. Oh, here we go, another charge coming in from the general, maybe? Nope, he's gonna go for another unit, it looks like. Nope, he's coming back. There we go. Nope. Wow, he needs to make up his mind. What's he doing? I guess he's going to that building to try and help with morale. British forces now slowly moving in to eliminate these last couple French lines. Here we go, see if we can get a nice shot off of all these guys firing. Look at that. And the Highland foot about to get charged by the general. Look at that. I think they might have got into square. Yep, we did get into square just in time. And now these cav units just going to get mowed down. Look at that. How is the general not dead yet? Oh, he is going to run like a coward though. Now the Fusiliers of line coming up to try and take on the remaining British infantry. This could be Cobax's last chance of having any sort of assistance with Rhaegar. Speaking of Rhaegar, let's see what's going on. He's pushed up. Some of his French, they're going in for a melee charge against the Coldstream Guard, which is definitely not a bright idea for the French. Look at this, just getting absolutely slaughtered. Got a general charge coming in over here. Oh, straight into the stakes! Oh my god! Here comes another charge. Well, these the Voltigeurs. Look at that. Crazy. Oh, and then a cav charge coming in onto this British light infantry. Look at that. And another charge with some dragoons, it looks like. Sorry, the Dutch Guard Lancers. Look at the smoke from all the muskets and upturned dust from the ground. Another line has been formed up here to try and counter this mass melee charge from the French. Look at that, it's over before it even started by a blink of an eye. All of the French infantry against Kaide has been completely eliminated. Now, Cobax has done particularly well against my Highland foot. He's done very, very well here. And my KGL has been routed. And now we're getting outflanked. Some Voltigeurs coming out from that building, hitting us from both the behind and the front now. Yeah, there you go. There's the Welsh accent. So it is the Highland foot. Look at the friendly fire, Jesus. And now another melee charge coming in through the forest. That's gonna slow them down a load. Oh look, they're going for my general unit. This is actually my general unit, I think. And then some lifeguards coming in to eliminate these last couple units of cavalry. And there we go, there goes my whole kind of core army, completely wiped out by a couple of remaining French lines. But I have actually moved around some of my units, as you can see here, to try and help Kaide with these French, or the Rheagar. Oh, look at that volley coming in from the chasseurs. Perfect cap square, look at this. It's amazing.
Sir, your general has been killed. This is a
And there goes my general fighting. He goes down fighting. But look at that, what a great battle so far, and now Cobax trying to come back and help Rheagar, but it is a bit too late. And he now has to face up against my remaining forces and also Kaide Ben Chosen's. You are still quite plenty.
Yes, sir.
He's got some fusiliers of line left. He's also got his general staff. He's come back from routing. Nano's moving his camel gunners over there. You can see in the distance. And here we go. This is going to be the final battle to determine whether or not the Brits or the French have won. Voltigeurs coming in now. At the front of the line. Look at these Brits just getting mowed down from their right. A couple of shots going off from the back there.
Close to range.
Oh, nice couple of shots there. See, this is what I was saying pretty much right at the start of my channel, you know, so you need to spread your guys out into, you know, at least lines of 2 maximum, really, and then more than anything, try and, if possible, get them in lines of 1, like this, like you see here with the foot guards. Or actually not that thin, maybe have like 4 or 5 men at the back still. I'll see if I can find a good example. Don't think I'll be able to, actually. Here we go, something like this. This is a good example of how you should set your men up. More, you know, a lot of shots coming out, but still enough, still condensed enough so you can actually get into cav square. And yep, the remaining French being chased back. These last units of Fusilier of line in the forest, and they're gonna run. There they go. And that does pretty much conclude this battle as a whole. I'm going to go ahead and click the forward button now because there isn't really that many battles or little mini battles in this whole battle here left. You know, you've got this unit of artillery, which I'm just going to chase down with my dragoons here. Look at them trying to run. But they're going to get stuck and they are going to rout. Here it comes. Look at that. Off they go. The general's routed. We've got Rheagar's general in the forest here. But here comes a volley from the rockets. And that might... No, it's not going to rout him. I thought that would have been enough. And there we go. It's all left down. Oh, they did rout. Yep, they routed. So now it's just down to Arno and his camel gunners. Oh, we're going to take down Ben Chosen's general.
Our men are running, sir.
I'm going to speed this up a bit because Kovac, so not Kovacs, Arno does take a while to eventually give in. But there we go, guys. What a great battle. Really was fun. It was nice to see, you know, a fair battle like this one kind of was. You know, most of the people in this were kind of at the same level, and then we tried to make it as even as possible. So it was really fun. I also did like how the whole battle actually went, as far as like our team goes, because we worked well as a team. You know, we assisted each other, and unfortunately Rhaegar just couldn't get that grand battery set up, so you know, he couldn't actually do the full strategy that he wanted to do. Look at this, we got a
must rest a while.
not sure why he retreated his men there. But volley coming in with the rockets onto the camel gunners, and they're gonna rout. And that finally concludes what was a great battle. Let's take a look at the stats. Kaide deployed 864, Ben Chosen deployed 1044, I deployed? What's deployed? Wow. I deployed 909, Rhaegar deployed 924, Cobax deployed 1889, and Krytenn deployed 822, and of course Arno deployed 45. Let's see who got the most losses. Cobax got the most losses there, but he did have to face off both Kaide and Ben Chosen, and Kaide got the most kills with 915. And my unit stats, let's see who got the most kills. The Highland Foot, which is really nice to see. And the most experience is, of course, the Highland Foot. So there we go, guys. Hope you enjoyed this battle, and I'll see you guys next time.